here's the irony, I think. AI's been around a while. I mean, and
Yeah.
there's ways that, I use AI that it's not really termed AI, but it is in a way. I think for me, using it when I'm stuck on something, is there a different way of saying this? Or, I mean, I've actually used it for a couple of thumbnails for ideas. Like I was doing a video and I could not think of it. I thought, man, what is the thumbnail for this? And so I went to, I think it was Bard actually, and I typed in, here's what the video is about. Can you give me some ideas for a thumbnail? And one of the things it suggested, it didn't create it. It just like, what if you did? And I was like, oh, that's a great idea. And that was still on me to create it. So I think sometimes it can help with that. The downside to that, though, is when you start, you forget that, before it was so prevalent, whether it's free or not, you actually had to kind of think on your own. If I can relate it to television. So when I was in television, it probably dates myself, but nonlinear editing was coming out. So like we went from like literally editing on tape to Avids. People haven't heard of Avids. Avid, think of like, Premiere and Final Cut's all digital, right? Well, what ended up happening over time is we started using it kind of as a crutch. So instead of like planning too much, we would go, oh, I'll just go fix it in post. A lot of times meant just junking up the video with stuff it didn't need. And I think AI can do that when we become so reliant. It's like, well, I don't know what an idea is. I'll just go here and I'll let it come up with some ideas for me. And it's like, dude, don't lose the ability to think and try. It's because like let's say you do that and AI comes up with the idea and you produce the video and it stinks. Are you going to go back and go, "What were you thinking? That was a horrible idea." And it's going to go, "I'm a robot. I don't know. I was just putting in." The irony about AI to me is it still needs a human input to
Yeah.
spit something out. So I think there's times when ideation, creating different things, there's software out there, AI software that can like take this video podcast and chop it up. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. So I do think the tools are really nice, but like with so many things, you can get over dependent on it. And I think that there's that balance. Unfortunately, I think there's going to be some businesses that feel like, oh, I can just, do Chat GPT 42 whenever that's out, and I don't need this many people. And then they'll find out that there's some limitations to it. I joked with somebody the other day. I said, if Chat GPT just like went out of business, do you know how many how many people would be totally like, what do I do now? Everything I built was on that. And it's like, well, maybe go back and think. That's an idea. Just try.